Alright, laddies. So I was making a list, like a text folder or text file of what items to look for, but it doesn't really work well. I found that it's just easier to put the images to an item. So we're gonna go through the bases. We're gonna go through the most expensive things to look for first, and then we're gonna go down the list to the least expensive bases to look for. Starting off, we're going to go to the elite armors. So the best bases are Dust Shroud. So you want to look for superior Dust Shrouds. These ones don't really matter for ethereal. Dust Shroud is strictly non-ethereal. It's for Runeward bases. Wormhide is okay, but generally these two are kind of like identical. So look for superior, 3-socket, 4-socket, or clean. These two are the worst. Scarab Husk and Wire Fleece. Skip these. Don't even pick these up, honestly, unless they're like superior 15%. And these, all these down here, are what you're going to look for ethereal. Archon Plate is just like the top two, Dusk and Wormhide. It is regarded as the best item base elite, so this is the most valuable one, Archon Plate. You're going to look for ethereal, non-ethereal, and superior. 3 sockets and 4 sockets. And even look for crude or damaged Archon plates, because those can be repaired in the cube. You're going to look for all of these bases ethereal. All of these. You're going to look for ethereal, superior, ethereal, and yeah, look for clean. Clean just means 0 sockets. Look for 3 sockets or 4 sockets. 2 sockets don't really do anything, so yeah. 3 socket, 4 socket, or clean. Those are what you're looking for. These are the money makers. These are the bases for fortitude and all that good stuff. So look for these. We're going to go to helmets. Helmets, you don't look for any of these. These don't matter. Don't even worry about helmets. Shields, all that matters is the monarchs. So that one's easy. Just look for monarchs. Superior, 3 socket, or superior or 4 socket or clean. You don't look for gloves. Gloves don't matter. Belts don't matter also. It's strictly armor that you're looking for in terms of bases. Here's where it's going to get a little complicated. You don't have to do this because for you guys this is a lot and you're not like fully adept to the system, but this is like something over time you can get good at doing. Look for barbarian helmets, not even just tier 3 but tier 2, any kind of helmet, and look for plus skills. But honestly I wouldn't do that one, so just skip barbarian for now. But druid pelts is what you want to look for as well. Exceptional or normal, any kind of druid helmet can have plus skills. So for the helmets on druids, I'll show you the skills you're going to look for. Disregard the 3 socket quals, that's just a test. So you're going to look for that's what you want to look for on the druid pelts. Primarily you want tornado, has to have plus 3 tornado or it's useless. And then anything else beyond that, if you have like plus 3 tornado, plus 1 hurricane, plus 1 oak sage, that's huge. But if you have plus 9, if you have a plus 9 helmet with any of these 3, that's like a burr rune. I'm telling you, like it's fucking money. People will pay out the ass for these perfect type of bases. So keep an eye out on pick up all like the white helmets, just check them. I know this takes a little time, but like you'll get good at it eventually. Alright, moving on. The Paladin Shields, this is another big one. So these are all the good bases, the highest bases. You'll notice here that the Sacred Targe is regarded as the best shield because it has this most volatile smite damage, 22 through 70, which is the highest number, next to the Vortex, which is a 5 through 87, but has a better minimum, making it a better average damage. and this has a higher defense as well. For these shields, you want to look for ethereal or non-ethereal, 4-socket or clean, and nothing in between. It's either 4 sockets or 0 sockets. So there's no 3-socket, no 2-socket, none of that shit. And you want ethereal. And what you want to look for on these shields is you want to look for these mods. It can't be both, so it's either the all resist or the enhanced damage. The enhanced damage is for the smiters, and the all resist is for the Hammerdens. And that one's pretty straightforward. Additionally, you could look for like lower level bases of paladin shields for like the all resistances or the enhanced damage, but generally it's regarded as these 5 that are the best. You want to find ethereal, Sacred Rondark. I wouldn't even pick these up. Like you could pick up the all resist, but for the enhanced damage, you want on the Kurost and the Vortex and so on. So yeah, these are the moneymakers too. Sacred Targe is probably the best. Don't pick up Rondash. I don't even know how to pronounce that, honestly. Rondake. But yeah, Sacred Targe or the top bottom 3 for the Paladin Shield. Shrunken Heads for Necros. You don't pick these up. Alright, Elite Axes. This one's easy. For the axes, you only pick up 1 base. And it's the Berserker Axe. You're looking for Ethereal, basically. Or Superior Normal, which is very rare. If it's Superior, you're looking for 4-socket Ethereal, 5-socket Ethereal, 6-socket Ethereal, and that's pretty much it. So 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 6-socket Ethereal Berserker Axe. And for the 2-handers, it's only Glorious Axe. This is the only one you look for, and it's Ethereal for Breath of the Dying. So yeah, if you find an Ethereal one of these that's clean, 5-socket or 6-socket, Superior, obviously, hold on to that. Let's go through the... No one uses daggers, no one uses javelins. Maces are very fucking rare. I don't think any class uses this. Aside from the Thunder Maul, you're going to look for the Ethereal Thunder Maul. That's pretty much the only base you'll pick up for hammers. Scepters is a very rare one, so the Catechist, this is what you'll look for. This one can be... You'll never find these bases, honestly. They're like the rarest thing in the world. But if you find a Catechist, just pick it up and see if you find anything. If you find like plus Fist of Heavens... Actually, don't even look at that one. That one's just too crazy. Staves. This is a big one. So you're gonna look for staves that have 4 sockets maximum. As you'll notice, the walking stick, the tinier staves, only have 2 sockets available. You need 4 sockets on a staff to be useful for memory. So it's the Elder Staff. It's just go by these visuals actually. The Shaleg, the Elder, and the Archon. So any images that match this visual for staff, pick these up. And you'll look for... You're looking for +3 energy shield and a +3 armor, either or. And bonus, a +3 thunderstorm. If you find a 4-socket staff or a clean staff that can 4-socket, with these, you fucking struck gold. But keep in mind, the Archon staff can roll 6 sockets. So if you have a clean one, it's going to be difficult to socket. It's not impossible, but it's going to be a gamble. So keep that in mind as well. Wands, you can pick up wands for bases, but like there's not a lot of necros, so they're not as valuable as they should be. But like, if you find a +3 poison nova wand, that's huge. +3 bone spirit / bone spear. That's what you're gonna look for the wands. That one's pretty straightforward. So yeah. For bows, you're only looking for the Grand GMB, the Grand Matron Bow. And what you want for this one is +3 bow skills on the Grand Matron. Additionally, you want Superior, and it has to be 4 sockets. So 4 sockets, +3 bow skills, enhanced damage. It's very hard to find, but it's super valuable. And then we're going to go, this is the tricky one. So normal Katars, all of these bases, they can't roll plus skills on white bases. So when you find them on the ground and they don't have any plus traps or anything, it's because they're just normal. You can only find plus skills on exceptional and elite. So basically the way to look at it is just the more words on a claw shows how elite it is. So like the more letters is literally an indication that it's a higher base. But also you'll just learn it over time. Do not pick up the hand scythes or the fascias, which can be the war fist or the battle sectus. These suck and they're the slowest and they can only get 2 sockets. Nobody uses these. So that's why you don't pick these up. You want to look for these are kind of what you would look for. You need to have the +3 sentry, but it's not necessary. And then the plus other options are, plus any to fade, plus any to venom. Now it doesn't have to be +3, but it just has to be +3 lightning sentry and then plus the other skills to be a buffer. And they use this for the chaos claw. Alrighty, let's see what else. I think that's about it for bases. Actually, I think I skipped swords and polearm, so that's the biggest one. So polearm. So there's Giant Thresher, Great Poleaxe, Cryptic Axe, Thresher, Colossus Fulge. So Colossus Fulge is okay, but it's regarded as the weakest. Obviously, still pick it up if it's ethereal, but non-ethereal, don't worry about that. Ethereal, any of these, ethereal, pick the fuck up. You're looking for ethereal Thresher, Cryptic Axe, Great Poleaxe, and Giant Thresher. Giant Thresher is the rarest base, and you're looking for 5 sockets or 4 sockets ethereal. Special bonus if you find Superior. So start picking these up if you haven't already. Check them. You want ethereal, clean, 4 sockets, or 5 sockets. These are the money makers right here. These four bases. This Colossus Fulge is still good, but it has to be ethereal as well. The swords is very easy. So you only pick up phase blades that are superior and have 5 sockets. And that's pretty much it. 5 sockets superior. Phase blade, so that's 5 socket. They can't be ethereal, so that's already known. You're gonna look for ethereal cryptic swords, clean or 4 sockets as well. That's for Oath, and ethereal legend sword, clean or 3 sockets. It has the max of 3 sockets. If you see that, it's for Lawbringer. Highland blade sucks. Balrog blade ethereal, 4 sockets as well. You're gonna look for that. Champion sword sucks. Don't worry about that one. It's okay, but it's pretty garbage. And then these two, Colossus blade. Yeah, Colossus blade and Colossus sword. Note that Colossus sword can go 5 sockets, whereas the blade is the 6 socket one for the Breath of the Dying. But you'll notice the Colossus sword has a slight damage advantage. Look for Ethereal 4-socket, 5-socket, or 6-socket in the Colossus blade. Or just pick up all Ethereal swords and then let me sort it out. It doesn't matter. But Legend, Balrog, Colossus, and Colossus. And yeah, I think that about sums it up. I think that's everything that you look for, really. You don't pick up daggers, you don't pick up crossbows, you don't pick up bows. Axes, like I said, just the Berserker Axe and the Glorious Axe. I think that about does it.